How are we doing, folks? This is the first ever product review with Exploring the Woods with Trident Tanto. What we have today is my EDC knife, which means everyday carry. And this is the SOG Trident Tanto, full size with the black tinny finish. As you can see, it's got the SOG assisted opening action. Pretty much the reason why I chose this, I want to go with a SOG because I'd never owned one. I've owned Microtechs, I've owned Benchmades, all great knives, but those are a little bit expensive, and you don't want to be beating on those knives, possibly losing them. And when I was deciding for my knife, it was really between the SOG Trident and the SOG Aegeus, both in the Tanto version. I just kind of like the Tanto, the way it looks. It's, as you can see right here, it's a pretty thick blade. The Tanto version comes from the Japanese samurai design, and basically it's a stronger point for stabbing into something. I've had this knife for about 6 months now. I bought it back in September. A little bit of the specs on it. Overall length is 8.5 inches. When you have it open, closed, it's 4 3/4 inches. Weight is actually something I really like about it. The Benchmades and Microtechs that I had, they all had a metal handle, and this is it's a plastic handle. It's a reinforced nylon, and it's extremely light. I mean, you put it in your pocket, you're not going to feel it at all. 3.6 ounces weight. The blade length, a little bit deciding factor over the Aegeus was Aegeus has a 3.5, while this is a 3 7/4. Because the blade is Tanto style, it's kind of a stockier looking blade. So it's going to look, short at first, but as you can see, it goes, darn near across my hand. I got pretty good sized hands. But really the biggest deciding factor was the fact that it has a seatbelt cutter and the high clip on it. I went with the black tinny finish, not just because it looks cool, but because on the stainless steel one, this clip will actually be stainless steel. So when you have it, sit in your pocket, it's a lot more visible. A lot of people get freaked out, if you're carrying a knife, even if you are a dangerous person, you just carry it, for something you need, if you're working, when I worked, I used this cut, numerous boxes open, worked in the kitchen, sometimes to chop celery with it. It's a good solid blade. I'll say it's steel. It's not, the greatest metal in the world, but it does a pretty good job. Seatbelt cutter, in my opinion, for an everyday carry knife is an absolute must. If you ever get into a situation, if you get in a car wreck and you need to get yourself out, you have the knife. If you're able to reach it, you insert the seatbelt into here and you just kind of yank on it. The blade is exposed right there. Now on the standard blade, you're going to have a little bit more blade in there than compared to the Tanto. With the high clip, instead of being located more down here where the hilt of your blade is going to be sticking out, I can put this in my pocket, and unless you know what SOG is, you just think maybe I have a money clip, a pen, or something in there. But it's really sturdy, and as you can see right there, it's raised up pretty high, and you could actually use it as a glass breaker to, in case of another emergency situation, get yourself out of a car, or, anything else that you'd possibly need a glass breaker for. Overall, I'm really impressed with this knife. I picked it up off of Amazon for like $67, somewhere around there. If you go to SOG's website, it's going to be over $100. Actually, Walmart starts selling the normal version, without the Tanto blade. It's got the drop point blade instead, for somewhere between $50 and $65. They don't sell the Tanto ones, which personally I just like the way the Tanto looks. When it comes from the factory, it's not overly sharp, but I've had my dad sharpen it up for me. It holds a pretty decent edge, but if you're cutting on paper, cardboard, that dulls the knife faster than anything out there. But when you do get it sharpened, if you go down to a gun show, a lot of times there are guys down there with the sanding wheels. That's honestly the best way to get it done. My dad, the way he runs our knives is we have a kitchen knife sharpener. It's pretty much like a sandy wood. You put it in through the slot, run it through, and it's razor sharp actually. That way. You can actually, you can see right here, you can shave with it. It's so sharp. Overall, I would give this thing a 9 out of 10. Great knife, love it. I might even give it a 9.5 out of 10. Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm going to give it, 9.5 out of 10. The only thing I would like to have is maybe a 4-inch blade. But then again, this is a pretty good sized knife. So 3.75 inch blade is plenty of knife. So hope y'all enjoyed it, and if you're in the market for an EDC knife, the SOG Trident Tanto definitely gets my nod of approval. So thanks for watching. Hope y'all enjoy it.